Here's the twist no one tells you first. A grand slam pays you once on court and then again off it. Iga Swiatek proved that the day she shocked Paris and then kept winning like clockwork. Prize money piled up, and then sponsors lined up, and yeah, those two streams started feeding each other. I'm Mark, and this is Kickin' Riches, where we unpack how talent becomes a balance sheet you can actually learn from. If this sounds like the kind of messy but real talk you want more of, that's what we do here at Kickin' Riches. So, subscribe if you want in. Here's the quick hit. Her career prize money pushed past $30 million after Roland Garros, and her year-to-date haul in 2025 led the tour. But the real engine is the loop. Wins build ranking. Ranking lifts appearance fees and bonuses. Bonuses make the next season easier to fund. And the cycle spins. I grew up counting coins for bus fare, so seeing a clean system like this feels almost unfair, and yet it's just incentives done right. Still, I catch myself thinking, wait, is it all just trophies and checks, or is there a smarter plan underneath? What actually flips a big win into steady money you can bank next season? Stay with me because the next part makes the flow super clear. Let's pin down the cash first, nice and simple. Iga crossed $30 million in career prize money after that French Open run in 2024. That single title paid about 2.4 million euros, which is a wild payday for 2 weeks of ice-cold focus. Then Wimbledon jumped again in 2025, with north of $4 million to the champ. Stack a season right, and it adds up fast. By mid-year 2025, she led the WTA money list with roughly $7.5 million earned on court already. Here's the tension, though. Prize money is spiky. Some weeks it rains, some weeks it's dry. So the smart move is to treat those big checks like a farmer treats harvest season. Store most, plant some, and never count on perfect weather. I've blown small windfalls before, and it felt great for like 2 days, and then stupid. Her team seems way more disciplined than I ever was, which is why the next lever matters even more than trophies. Do you want to see how ranking points quietly set the price of everything else? Because once you do, the rest of the plan clicks into place. Ranking points look boring until you see the money trail they light up. When you sit at world number 1, you do not just get a nicer draw. You get leverage. Non-mandatory events will often pay appearance fees to stars because a packed stadium is a business model. Sponsors bake in ranking triggers and title bonuses so a slam or a year-end high rank can unlock extra checks without more ad shoots. So a win today buys better seedings, which raises odds of deep runs, which feeds more points, which nudges up next year's guaranteed fees. It is like climbing a ladder where each rung gets wider, safer, and somehow pays rent. I used to think it was linear, like win equals money, period, but it is closer to compounding. A strong ranking buffers a bad week and keeps the phone ringing. But there is a catch. Chasing points everywhere can grind you down, and burnout taxes income the hard way. So the trick is to pick spots and let the rank work for you, not the other way around. Want the receipts on how that rank translates into actual brand deals? The sponsor mix tells the story. Okay, brands, this is where her choices look calm and sharp, not loud. On running for apparel and shoes since 2023. Tecnifibre for the racket tech. Then the status set like Rolex and Porsche. Plus data with Infosys, payments with Visa, beauty via Lancome, playful crossover with Lego, and home market beverages like Oshi in Poland. It is a portfolio that says high performance first, clean image second, flash only where it earns trust. Forbes pegs her endorsement take around $15 million a year, and sure, exact contracts are private, but the shape here is classic. Base fee for stability, performance bonuses for juice, ranking triggers for momentum, major title clauses for the big pops. Saying no matters too. Unfocused brands can cash out short-term and then dent price later. I learned that the hard way with a tiny campus startup logo mess that confused our buyers for months. Her mix avoids that noise. It feels intentional, it travels well across markets, and it pairs with the results so the story stays simple. Want a peek inside how these contracts usually pay out across a season? Let's break the structure without the legal headache. Most tennis deals follow a tidy ladder and the rungs matter. Step 1 is a guaranteed base paid per year, so the bills get covered even when a draw goes sideways. Step 2 is performance bonuses that kick in for titles or deep runs. Step 3 is ranking retainers, where a year-end top-tier slot bumps the check. Then come the big fireworks. Grand Slam clauses, season trophies, maybe Olympic medals, all written to add layers when a moment lands. Brands also like renewal options and rights to match future offers, which can lock in value when an athlete heats up. That sounds controlling, and it can be, but it also gives both sides a playbook they can plan around. The magic is alignment. Win and everyone wins. Stay consistent and the floor rises. Miss a month and you still eat because the base carries you to the next swing. That beats the feast or famine vibe most rookies face. Do you see why a steady ranking plus these triggers turns one hot June into a stronger whole year? Cool, because the next lever is schedule, and that is pure money management. Career management is money management, full stop. Iga's blueprint leans on a smaller, trusted team. Coach for the plan, physio for the body, a sports psychologist for the head step that keeps the hands steady. That team costs real money: flights, hotels, salaries, treatments, the whole traveling circus. But it is cheaper than a bad injury. Overplaying hikes risk and travel fatigue, and those have a price you pay with missed months. So the smart move is targeted surfaces, planned breathers, and recovery windows baked in. It is like changing tires before they explode, not after. The public voice matters too. Calm, consistent, respectful. That tone is a moat with sponsors and tournaments because predictability is currency. I used to think more tournaments meant more money, but the hidden cost curve bends the other way if you chase every week. Less can be more when the ranking and the brand do some of the lifting. So you invest in routine, not chaos, and let the big weeks pay for the quiet ones. Want a simple, no-drama money plan that any young champ can copy tomorrow morning? Let's map it in 5 clean steps. Here is the checklist I wish I had at 20. First, a high savings rate, like more than half when the big wins hit, because careers are short and streaky. Second, simple diversified index funds for the core, because boring beats clever when you live on the road. Third, an ample cash buffer for team costs and surprise travel hits, so one lost bag or a week off does not nuke momentum. Fourth, disability or career-ending insurance, because one awkward slide can erase a season. Fifth, clear budgets for coach, physio, data tools, and recovery, tracked monthly like it is a tiny company. Now taxes. Tennis means many countries and many withholdings, so route income through a professional company when allowed, track image rights cleanly, and file like a grown-up. That is not glamorous, but it saves headaches and keeps sponsors happy. And yes, her foundation work in Poland adds long-term trust, which is a weird kind of compound interest for brand value. I waffle on fancy investments, but the more I study this lane, the more simple looks wise. Would you keep it this simple when everyone throws shiny deals at you? Because the finish line ties it all together. So here is the clean takeaway. Results set the price. Ranking protects it. The right partners grow it. Iga Swiatek turned big wins into bigger options by staying selective, keeping a tight team, and letting bonuses and ranking triggers do quiet work in the background. Prize money gave the first push. Endorsements added the steady hum. The schedule and the voice kept the engine cool. If you are chasing your own version of this, play the long game. Say no to noise and let your best days echo forward. I'm glad you hung out with me, and thanks for watching for real. If you want more smart, slightly messy breakdowns like this, that is what we do here at Kickin' Riches, so subscribe and come back for the next deep dive. We have episodes on how ranking math shapes appearance fees and how foundations can be stronger than billboards, and I think you will like them. So, what is the one lever you would pull first? The wins, the rank, or the partners? I will see you in the next one with more receipts and fewer headaches.